Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeers really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. Thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen. We really appreciate it. And on behalf of the cast and crew, I'd like to wish everybody a happy and safe Christmas. And we'll see you again soon. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. Good night, everybody.
Christmas without you, I'll be so blue, just thinking about you. Decorations of red on a green Christmas tree won't be the same if you're not here with me. And when those blue snowflakes start falling, that's when those blue memories start calling. You'll be doing alright with your Christmas of wine. Oh, I'll have a blue, shady blue Christmas.
You know, the show's supposed to be over by now. You know, we're supposed to be rolling credits, heading home, you know, taking a shower or something. And this dumbass over here has to steal the spotlight, can't go away for the night. He's got to come on and sing you this stupid song.
You'll be doing alright with your Christmas of shady blue Christmas.
Groovy beat. That is groovy. Hey, Shady, tell us a story. Alright, let me think here. Oh, I know a story of when I was a little kid. Ooh. When I was a boy growing up in the hood, I didn't know my daddy, so I never understood why there was always presents under the tree. Sign, I love you, daddy. You've been a good boy, Shady. See, my mama always told me my daddy was gone working somewhere up north where it was cold, and she just left it at that. One Christmas Eve, I awoke from my sleep to the sounds of my mother's panting weeps. I jumped out of my bed and ran to a room, and there was a big fat figure without his fruit of the loom. Oh my God, it was Santa Claus. Santa Claus. Well, I just can't tell you what a shock it was for a boy 7 years old. Here I'm worried about my mother, and when I bust into a room, there's Santa behind her without any clothes. Butt crack showing, gut hanging out, your log all petrified. And there's my mother on all fours with nothing on but antlers, looking all jolly. So apparently whatever Santa was giving her for Christmas, she was really happy about it. So happy that she sent me back to my room. And I went there, jumped under my covers and stayed there till morning. When I got up, though, I looked under the tree, and there was a present for me, with a card signed by my daddy saying, "Shady, sorry for waking you up on Christmas Eve." I had to think about that for a moment, contemplate. You know, at 7 years old, it takes you a minute to put all this together. I'm thinking my daddy, Santa Claus. Thinking my daddy's Santa Claus. I'm thinking my daddy Santa Claus.
If you want to contact the John LeBang Show, feel free to send an email to jlebang@live.com. And if you're on Twitter, look him up at John LeBang. And don't forget to go to his Facebook page at The John LeBang Show. Now here's John.
Birthdays that are right around Christmas, because just by happenstance, all the guys that are part of the John LeBang Show, that's myself, Wilbert, you heard him in the intro, Shady, Abu, all of us, just randomly, I don't know how that happened, we all have the same birthday. And, so we're all Sagittarius. It's just, we're all born the same year, too, all different parts of the world, and all of a sudden we get here and we're all together, and John, will you shut up and do something fun? These people don't want you here. You're blasting your mouth all over the place. Okay, well, I'm trying here, There's a lot of background noise. I'm not used to that, People talking all around you, trying to figure out, are they talking about something important? You never know. And if they're talking about something important, you want to listen in on it and figure out, hey, what am I missing here? I don't know. So, as I said, we all have birthdays right around this time of year, and if you have a birthday, you can feel free to call in and tell us some of your stories about maybe you getting screwed in the present department around your birthday. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but me being the 17th of December, my family always put off the really cool present till Christmas. You're going to get it all at once. We'll combine it. So you get the combined present. It never seemed to be a whole lot more than my brother and sister. They would get it, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, and then I would bring it up. I'm like, hey, it doesn't look like I got that much more. Well, you can't make them feel bad. It's not fair. Then come May and July, when my brother and sister would have birthdays, they'd have a whole equal amount of stuff, even sometimes more. They'd have a whole party. I never got a party. I mean, maybe I did, but they'd always combine it with a Christmas party. It was always John's birthday and Christmas, and that's what you get. And when you get the cake, it says Happy Birthday and Merry Christmas on it. You never get just a basic Happy Birthday. Somebody's running downstairs now.
Carrying amps up.
Carrying amps?
Need two people for that.
I'm a real old school kind of guitar player myself. I've got a 212 crate, and I'm so happy with that. I won't trade it for a damn thing. So we were talking about birthdays, but I wanted to bring up the new Star Wars movie. I'm hoping. I have this this, and I'm sure Shady, he's with me on this one. We're hoping that what happens is Luke Skywalker, he notices that, because, by the trailers, we're seeing that something big is happening with Rey, right?
Right.
There's something big happening with Rey. And the title says The Last Jedi. So this is what I'm hoping the movie turns out to be. Kylo gets in a big fight with Rey. Luke's watching it all and decides to kill them both, end the series, and end the hopes of J.J. Abrams making one more movie to ruin my my perspective on Star Wars. Because I really, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Then we came out with the Force Awakens. I had a lot of hope for this. I was like, okay, it looks like they're going after the old field. They really were going after the old field. Except it was the same movie with new characters as the New Hope. There's hardly anything different. And I was just sitting there going, this is it, huh? We waited all this time for a reboot because the first reboot sucked. This is what we get. Outside of the fact that, the geek juice is going to be pouring out for the Fantastic Four and the X-Men to actually be joining the MCU.
Right.
The fact that we're going to have another company pretty much bought out by Disney. Eventually, we're going to end up having Google holding a bunch of things, Disney holding all the entertainment, and it's going to be a monopoly of every single industry. And there used to be laws in this country that would stop these kind of things from happening.
Antitrust laws.
Agreed.
Now, I'm all in favor of the X-Men and Fantastic Four coming back to the MCU because, especially with the Fantastic Four, they're the first family. It's empty in
they
the
have
MCU.
enough cosmic connections to where they would fit into the Infinity War. They're not like, somebody who's just a little local thing. They do cosmic type storylines, and so they would totally fit in.
That's why I think they're buying this stuff. They're going, okay, we have Avengers 4 that we're in production right now. If we can buy the guys we need, because in the comic book, to defeat Thanos, they needed Adam Warlock and the Silver Surfer. And they can't have the Silver Surfer because they don't own him because he's part of that Fantastic Four deal.
Right.
And so to appease the fans of the classic comic books, you're gonna have to have something big like that, and they hinted Adam Warlock in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Now if they can somehow bring in to where you can sneak in Silver Surfer somewhere at the end there, maybe pop him in to help knock out Thanos. Otherwise, the diehard fans are not gonna buy beating Thanos. Did you see the trailer? He took out Tony Stark in one shot. Tony's out like a light, baby. Boom, he's down. And who's going to die is another question with all this.
Yeah.
Are they going to die? Or now that, this is, I think, Marvel and Disney's way of hooking in Robert Downey and everybody for long term, because they're going to see this merger that's coming, and they're going to go, we got to stay a part of this, because so many contracts are coming up right now. And now you're going, we can bring Wolverine into this, and already Hugh Jackman is expressing interest in doing another Wolverine movie if it's MCU. So you see where they're like, we got to keep Chris Evans. Somehow we got to keep Robert Downey Jr. Somehow, $64 million for the Spider-Man or something he got paid for the little bit he was in that. So it cost a lot of money. But if you have this greater universe that now is expanded into X-Men, which is, even Fox, who hasn't done very well with their movie selections as far as storylines, they've done okay with the X-Men. And you bring in Hugh Jackman over and maybe a couple of others and then reboot everybody else. All of a sudden, you've got the makings where you can have Avengers versus the X-Men, which is a huge comic book story. You can expand into all kind of cosmic stuff.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff. Tune in again next week. Same time, same space, same station.
distance